friends, it's Charlene from stampinwithcharlene.com. It is Tuesday, April 6th already. Whoa. And welcome to Almost Live Stamping with Charlene. I have to confess a little something. A lot of times I film these intros and outros before I've actually made the card samples, and that is the case for tonight. I know what I'm going to make. I just don't have the samples ready. But I do have my hair and makeup done. So I kind of get in here, do the intro and the outro, and then I go ahead and make the samples. And that's the case for this. So that's a little inside secret. But it is time for our April card class in the mail. And for April, we're going to concentrate on something that I have to admit is my least favorite thing. And I thought, you know what? Let's just dive in and do this. It's masculine cards. I really never have enough or any on hand. So I thought, let's just make it a card class of the month, because if you're like me, you're in the same situation. It just doesn't seem as fun to make a masculine card. You know, you don't use ribbon, you don't use that many embellishments, but you're gonna really like this card design. So we're gonna make, I'm gonna make one for you, and then I'll show you what the other 4 examples are. And if you place an order from my online store of $35 or more, then I will send you for free with free shipping, USA only, all of the pre-cut supplies that you need to make 10, 2 each of the 5 designs. So let's get started. Here is the sample that we're gonna make tonight. Isn't it just so cute? I know it says Father's Day and it's only April. However, let's just get all the masculine cards over with. We'll have them, and then we can move on to using all the fun gems and rhinestones and all the cool bows and embellishments and things. So for this card, I used the Handsomely Suited stamp set, which has 5 different sentiments, and then it has the 2 ties and the 2 bow ties. And it has this really fun coordinating set of dies called the suit and tie dies. And what's great about this is that, yes, you can use these for a masculine card, but you can also use this piece here as a neckline to make a feminine card. So if you want to participate in the card class in the mail, and let's say you already have sentiments that you like, but you just want to make the suit and the tie, you can just purchase the suit and tie dies. And I have all this information on my blog, and I'll place the link below. But let's get started making the card. I'm going to show you how you assemble all of the pieces to make the suit. What I love about the card design is that it's a great way to show off the designer series paper. Usually when we use designer series paper, we only see one side of it. But with the way this card is designed, you get to see both sides of the designer series paper. And the way to make the card base is you just take a piece of cardstock, and I'm using Pacific Point, and this is a cardstock base. It's just one piece, and it's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then you take a piece of designer series paper, and this is 4 by 12, so you can get 3 different cards from one sheet of designer series paper. And you want to score this at 1 inch, at 4 1/4 inches, and at 9 1/2 inches. And you can use whatever design you want to show. So I chose this side of the paper. So I'm gonna put it down this way, and you want the smaller fold on the bottom, and then this is going to be on the top. So the big piece you're going to glue to the base of the card. So let's do that now. I'm just going to use my multi-purpose liquid glue and make sure that I line this up so that it's in the center with the smaller flap on the bottom, and then this larger piece on the top. And you have this piece here that's going to flip up. Now, if you want, you can leave it just like this so that when you look at the card, you see both patterns. But you do want to go ahead and glue this down like that. So it flips up like this. And you want to put a piece of Whisper White or Basic White on the inside so that you can write on the inside or stamp just like that. Now what I'm going to do for this one is, if you see on my sample, I actually put another piece of cardstock on top of this. I just liked the look of it better when it was just a solid piece of cardstock. When I put the other pieces on to make the suit, I just thought it looked less cluttered. It just gave it like a, I don't know, like a smoother kind of a look. So this is just a piece of 1 inch by 4 inch piece of basic black cardstock that I put over that flap. It also makes it a little sturdier because what we're gonna add, when we add this piece, it gets kind of heavy. So it just, I don't know, it just feels better and I like the look of it better. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you how you lay out the dies to cut out the pieces to make the little pocket. Wait, can we just take a second and look at how cute this little pocket is with the pocket square? I mean, I can't take it. It's just so darn adorable. Okay, so we want to take this piece here and we're going to put this on Cajun Craze. So we're going to run this through our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And then we're going to take this piece here and we'll lay this on a piece of basic white, and you want to lay the top pieces as close to the top of the cardstock as you possibly can. So that's going to be up there like that. And then you're going to take this piece here. This is the collar, and we can place this on this piece. So it limits the amount of time we have to run the machine, run the pieces through the die cut machine. And then this piece here, I don't really know what it's supposed to be, but I'm making it the pocket square. So I'm going to put that on there like that. Oh, and let's not forget, we need to fit the pocket on this piece too. So these are the things that we're going to run through to make the suit. And then for the tie, we're going to use the necktie die and place that on a piece of basic black cardstock. So I'm going to run these through the machine and I will be right back. After you cut everything out, you're going to have this, which is the collar for the jacket, and you'll have the pocket. And once again, this is from Cajun Craze. I use that color cardstock. And then you'll have your basic black necktie. You'll have this, what looks like a triangle. You'll have the collar, and you'll have the little pocket square. And then I stamped the sentiment on basic white cardstock, and then I just used one of the nesting ovals to die cut that out because I always have a problem stamping straight. So that's my little tip, is just stamp it on a piece of paper, then use a punch or a die, and it'll always come out straight that way. So to build the base, instead of building it right onto the designer series paper, I'm just going to use another piece of Pacific Point cardstock, and that way it just gives you a stronger area to work on. And remember, when you adhere this down, only put the glue or adhesive on the top part because you are going to want to make sure that it flips open. And if you put adhesive on the bottom, you're not going to be able to open it. Okay, so we put that down. And now there are a couple of little tips and tricks to putting together the jacket. The first thing I want you to do is grab some mini Stampin' Dimensionals. Or if you don't have those, you can take your regular Stampin' Dimensionals and cut them down smaller so that they'll fit on the back of the suit jacket. So you want to put I'd say probably about 3 on each side of this piece. Just like this. And you don't want to put it down there though. I'm going to show you what we're going to do. That's how we're actually going to make sure that the shirt and the collar line up. So there are my little mini dimensionals. And now, when you place it together, you want to
Now this could just be my OCD. I mean, acting, you might not need to do it this way, but you just want to make sure that this piece here lines up with the bottom so that it's not, you know, up too high like that or down too low or overlapping. So I just put it there like that. And then this piece of the suit jacket you want to be, you know, it expands. So you want to make sure that it's on the outer edge of the shirt. And now line the shirt up with the top and then just place it down like that. And then you can just finagle this piece over so that it fits. And I'm sure there's a much easier way to do this, but this is just how my brain does it. And then just put a teeny, teeny, tiny piece of, a tiny drop of glue right there to hold this piece down. It's not going to really matter because we are going to cover that with our sentiment. But if you use a different sentiment or you are making this card with these dies without something there, that's how you hold it down, just a tiny, tiny drop. Okay, so now for the collar, we're going to put this on there. So just put a teeny bit of glue on either side. And this also, you can make it wider or more narrow. So we're going to just put this at the top wherever you think it looks best. There really is no right or wrong. So place that there, and then we will place the necktie on. So fun. Whoops. Okay, there's our necktie. And now I'm just going to adhere the pocket to the side. Oops, and then teeny bit of glue on what I call the pocket square. And we'll just tuck that right in. And then we will, I think I'm going to use some dimensionals to adhere the sentiment. And this, of course, is going to overlap a little bit onto the pocket and over the tie, but that's okay. And there you have it, guys. It's not that bad, right? So let me show you the other 4 cards that are part of the card class in the mail for the month of April. We have our Happy Father's Day. And then we have this one here, which says, "You're the best." And this also shows both sides of the designer series paper. And the paper will come to you already cut and scored. And it's really up to you what side of the designer series paper you want to be the main focus on the outside. I love this one here. Thank you. A happy birthday to you. Another one that shows off the paper. And then finally, to one of the world's greatest dads. And those are the 5 cards.
So that's a fun, easy, new way to use designer series paper. And it's not that bad, right? So now, if you choose to participate in the April card class in the mail, you'll now have 10 masculine cards ready to go. And you can use whatever sentiment you want to use. If you already have a masculine stamp set at home, then just order whatever you want from the catalog. And remember, the beginning of May is a brand new catalog, so stock up on the things that are retiring so you can get your hands on those. I have more information about my card class in the mail on my blog. It's linked below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.